Hey everyone, I'm back with a project share today for you. Got a chance to play with some new things in my stash and wanted to share with you. So let me just get started. I guess the first thing is I decided I would go ahead and purchase the digital release for the Lily of the Valley um, stamp set that has been released. Jill had, I guess, spoken to the owners and they put out a gingerbread and hot chocolate set. There's actually two sets. So I did purchase the stamp set itself, the actual polymer stamp set, but I don't know when that'll arrive. So I went ahead and purchased the digi set as well to play with some of the sizing on them. And now what you're seeing here is I printed the tags using Adobe Illustrator because I purchased the digi set. I have the individual tags, so I only chose the ones that I wanted to use, and I sized them down a bit to print out to an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Now I printed them out on regular good copy paper through my laser printer, and then I foiled them. So if you can see, when I hold it up to the light, you'll see that it's foiled. And this is I want to say it's a champagne gold color from Heidi Swap, because when I say foiled, it's toner reactive foil that I'm using here, and put it through her laminator. So that's what I did with each of these. And then what I did was, because the copy paper wasn't thick enough for, say, a tag, I ran the pages through my Xyron. I have a Creatopia, which is the 12 by 12 one, so it fits the very 12 by 12 papers. I put this through that, and then I stuck a thicker piece of cover stock on it. And so this is 80-pound cover stock that is adhered to the toner foiled paper. So I have three sets of tags I need to cut out. I'm not going to cut these by hand if I can help it. I'm going to try and use my scan and cut to cut all of these, and it looks like it can because it has a solid line all the way around. But we'll see what happens, because I don't want to have to cut these by hand. I will if I have to, because I did also make them bigger. I have quite a few of the ones that are shaped like this cut out, and I cut all of these by hand because I had time to actually sit and do it. So you can see there's quite a few different tags here. I did these the same way. I probably had 6 to a sheet of 8.5 by 11 printed out from my laser printer. Then I foiled them with the same gold foiling. Some of them did not come out perfectly like this one, but I kind of like the distressed look. It kind of has that look to begin with. This image right here is a little distressed if you look at that. So it's not a perfect, image. Anyway, so I kept the ones that were even distressed and still foiled them, and look how they turn out. They have this little extra like distressing around it because the toner was not happy with my thicker paper. So I went ahead and did it anyway because I like the look of it. So these are a lot of the extra tags that I have and can use for crafting, or I can send them out to some folks as well. So tags, I did some gingerbread tags with these. You can see them here. Let me show you what I've used. This is some Shoreline Literal from Michaels, the Celebrated brand. I got this on sale many years ago. So I used this. These two stamps from Dots. I don't know if they're from the same set because I've mixed my sets together a little bit. But the gingerbread and the to and from are stamped on the back of my tags. I use the Lawn Fawn dough and walnut inks. And I also used Lawn Fawn. This paper here is the Lawn Fawn paper bag cardstock, and their cardstock is like 100-pound, I think. I used my Posca pen, the Tulip matte dimensional fabric paint for all the white areas other than the eyes. pretty much. And then I use some glitter, some vintage glitter that I purchased at the not the craft store, the thrift store some years ago. And here is the die that I used for this. As you guys know, I have several dies from Accucut. This is the die that is used here, the Gingerbread number 2, and it's the large one. You can see the L right there. I have another one that is smaller, and it says small. So this is the large one that I used, and there's a smaller one, and there's even other sizes. You guys know that I've showed you in my other videos, but I wanted to bring the die out. And so just so you know, this die should fit fine through a Big Shot if you do it this way. When I use these through my Big Shot Pro, I do not use 2 cutting pads. I only use 1 because my Big Shot Pro has a tray that it fits inside of. And so I only use 1 cutting pad when I put it through with the paper because of the thickness of the die. Just so you know that as well. That's the sandwich that I use when I use my Big Shot Pro. And so I made several tags. I also used this huge roll of red and brown. I don't know if maybe it's called yarn. I don't know. It's some sort of weird polyester type twill that is like bumpy. It's not a perfect, sort of straight yarn. It's more bumpy, and it feels like polyester, something that you would use maybe on outdoor type furniture. I used that I got at Reconsidered Goods. I used my Peachy Keen Spa Girls faces, this one, and this one. So the 3 like that is what I used. And some blending brushes for inking my tags. What else? Oh, and some fabric. So this is some fabric that I had gotten from Carla. She had found these at a thrift shop, I believe, or maybe it was a consignment store, I don't know, or antique mall in her neck of the woods. So she shared some with me years ago, and I just ripped some off of the end. I used some buttons from my Dress It Up purchases that I had, and also some fabric from Diana Markham. That's a gingerbread fabric. I think that's it. So let me get to it. These 2 tags here are just freehand, I guess, gluing or, designing of the dress that's on this little girl. I just took my tip of my, glue bottle or paint bottle and kind of drew on the dress for her, and then, did some stripes and stuff like that. I knew most of it would be underneath this part of the tag. So I didn't bother even doing a lot of detail here. I just did it on this side, and then I dipped it in the glitter while it was still wet. So you could see she's got her little face going on there. The Posca pen is really great on this dark paper. And then there's one of the tags. They're different styles. And you could see I put a hole right where the tag would show a hole. And I used my Martha Stewart screw punch to do that. And I went through both the arm and the front tag. And it is secured down with a foam square underneath. So it would hang from a package, or you could hang it on your tree like this. Let me show you the back, because the backs are all the same. They have that little from stamp, and then there's the little ginger there to write your to and from. And then for the little boy, I did again the same thing. I kind of drew on some lederhosen for him. So same thing, you could see the glitter on it, and I just used, again, the tip of my glue bottle to be able to do that, or paint bottle. And there's the back of that tag. So all the other tags have scarves, and again, it's using the Diana Markham fabric with gingerbreads on it. It's got gingerbreads and hearts. And there's different patterns throughout the whole fabric. It's not like a tossed fabric. It's actually got parallel lines of different gingerbread images. So, and then there's some buttons that I added to the little tag. So I used, like I said, I used different expressions. So each of these has a different expressions for them. It's this one, and I'll start going through them quicker. Sorry, I drew little hearts on this one. Then I realized my heart shapes are kind of weird, but you wouldn't be able to see them all anyway. So a lot of effort for one button. So there's that one. And then, excuse me, there's this one who has a different expression as well. So there's those. And those were the ones with the tags that had more of a clean look to them. I don't know if you saw that. These ones have more of a distressed look. But again, they're pretty much the same. You can kind of see I use some of the more vintagey looking buttons for these to go along with like the distressed tag. So lots of tags of gingerbreads. I just enjoyed making them. I need to start making some more cards. I want to make some cards with some of the stamps that I've recently purchased or received images for. And then here's the last one. So really fun. Oh, and I did cut fringes into each of these scarves, and I used my Martha Stewart scissors for that. You could see these are like fringe scissors for making grass. These were helpful, but some of the parts that didn't cut, I just used my regular scissors if it didn't cut all the way up. But these were good starters for the little fringe to make them even on the scarf, if you have that type of tool in your stash. So yeah, I have lots of different ginger, and these are good sizes. I wanted the tags to be big so you could really see the tags. I like the tiny ones too. Those will go on and different size tags whenever I get a chance to make them. But yeah, I was really enjoying just making stuff, and that is my share for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.